Greetings to you, the good people of Lagos, Nigeria. I still remain Salami Abiodun, your host for our laudable program, popularly known as The Politics Today. On this week, we have one of our executive guests for the program, a youth that is full of life, wisdom, integrity, tenacity, and doggedness. A prominent youthful youth over time here in Surulere, and also a councillor aspirant, Ward F1 in Surulere constituency 1. Can we meet you in person, sir?
All right, thank you. My name is Adekunle, popularly known as Skodo.
All right, you're welcome to this program, sir.
Thank you.
All right, basically, it's indeed a wonderful moment on this week. We are still on our laudable program, popularly known as The Politics Today. I just want you to realize something about life. Life, it's all about starting in a good way, because the sayings that goes there will say preparation will always meet up with a greater opportunity, and that's the reason why you need to prepare yourself now, so that when the opportunity comes, you can just grab it once and for all. And don't also forget that we always say that do not forget about what the nation can do for you. Always think about what you can do for the nation to be a better place for you and I. Welcome once again, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right, basically we'd like to ask you, what did you feel about the political measures that have been put in place in Surulere, because you are one of our councillor aspirants. What can you tell us? What are the things that has been put in place in the area of politics here in Surulere?
Okay, thank you. What has been put in place in Surulere politics? First of all, we have to look at the sense of leadership. Yeah, and then the Surulere has grown to a level where we all have a leader that we all can look up to. I think that's one thing that has been in place. And also considering the fact that I'm aspiring for the councilorship position, and considering the fact that many other people are coming out to aspire for the same position, I think that's something in place too that gives everybody that leverage to say, okay, we can run for office, we are part of this. That's the sense of the long game also. So I think basically it's just about the leadership that has directed everybody. So I think that's one thing in place that I can see the leadership in Surulere politics very, very outstanding.
Wow. Indeed, it has been an incredible moment, because the sayings that goes then said, as a leader, you ought to lead by a good example. Indeed, from the previous interview we've heard in our studio here, we've been having a whole lot of feedback about how Surulere politics has been running. And kudos to the Right Honorable Femi Abdulhakeem Gbajabiamila, the Chief of Staff to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, because has been a good leader that has been leading by a good example. And he has so many youth that has been emulating this type of leadership. Thank you for this answer to this question. Secondly, sir, please, what can you tell us? What are your vision, your mission towards being a councillor, an aspirant councillor from your ward in Ward F1, Surulere constituency 1?
Right, mission and vision, they remain the same. Even though they can change over time, the missions will change now to achieve that vision. But the vision remains that Surulere, every young person in Surulere should be equipped with the right leadership skills, the right sense of civic responsibility. And the vision is to have a full world well represented, where every young individual has a sense of civic responsibility. You understand that? So that is a sense that makes you believe that you're part of the change, you're part of the development of your community. That's a sense. That's something I've always built up. So it's a vision to realize that in the next few years, you have a lot of young people like myself, even people who are coming behind me, to have been equipped with the right sense of leadership that speaks about civic responsibilities and community development. Because one person cannot just make a change. We have to continue to make sure that the people who are coming behind us have that sense. We want to go there to change something. Of course, they are going to bank on that and continue to live rightly, civic responsibly. So that's one of the vision that I have. Of course, and the mission to achieve that is just to continue to roll out programs, set up activations and let the young people know that there is a future for them. Let them be part of that future from today. Give them that sense of responsibility. Give them that responsibility directly. Don't deny them these things. So of course, before we achieve our vision, we go through this mission and then roll out programs. It's just a very basic way that I think that we can, as part of my vision. So I don't want to say everything here. Just hold on to that one.
All right, thank you so much. Indeed, it has been an incredible moment for our guests for this week on our laudable program, popularly known as The Politics Today. We'll be right back after this little commercial break. Stay tuned. Politics Today, showing every Wednesday, time 12 p.m. with the host, Salami Abiodun. Stay tuned and don't miss it. You're welcome back to our laudable program, popularly known as The Politics Today. We are still on our session with our executive guest for this week, a prominent youthful youth over time, and also a councillor aspirant from Ward F1 in the area of Surulere, Lagos State, Nigeria. You're welcome once again, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Basically, the people will really want to know about has it been easy for the youths? You being a youth and being in this position that you are today, coming out to to represent your people from your board. What has been the the difficulties and the challenges that you have been battling with, or other youths that are coming behind can be encountering as well, to be able to aspire or to be able to work towards their goal in life? What can you tell us on this?
I think that's a question tailored towards the challenges of the youth running
Yes,
for office, right?
exactly.
So
exactly.
it's a bit of them. I would say a bit of them because I've been in politics not today. I've been able to understand that there are challenges that everybody faces. Those particular challenges that young people face, especially myself, is when people come and talk about things like exuberance. People are kind of challenged with the kind of exuberance that you emit as a young person, and then they kind of feel challenged about that. Also, when we talk about the financial constraint, politics is expensive, and of course, young people might not have been able to gather enough resources to challenge older contemporaries. But at the same time, I can say that this councillorship positions, a local government election, doesn't really require you all of the money you have. So I think that has been sorted in a way. But of course, you want to run for office, you definitely should have money. In any society,
Yes.
politics is not cheap. So I think financial constraint has been an issue for young people. And of course, people are kind of pressured when they see you coming all out and full of exuberance and confidence. I want to use that word exuberance because
Yeah.
I think it's kind of very important.
Yeah,
to me
it's a
right now.
suitable word
Yeah,
for that.
for me right now, because I think that's what people have been trying to hold on. So the thing is, young people will definitely face challenges like I think most people, young people that face those challenges are people who are kind of timid. Yeah, very timid people. But if you're kind of outspoken, you know what you're doing, your confidence.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody can
Challenging.
challenge you and make you feel less of yourself. In fact, I can tell you that I've gone through trainings, I've gone through a lot of fellowships and organizations. I've met people, networks.
So please, can you tell us one of the major training you have received? One of the, kind of
I think the biggest training so far. that I've
intention
received-
training you've received so
the
far.
The biggest one I've attended is the one I attended last year. 40 of let me say the founder, Right Honorable Femi Adekunle.
Wow.
That's the Legislative Mentorship Initiative in Abuja.
Wow.
That's a very eye opener. It's a very big one for me. It inspired me to dare for more. Where I met young people, very much younger people, I think very great things in their field. So I believe that people who have not met this kind of people can be challenged, pressured by exuberance, because the young people are very much ready, all out. I attended so many programs.
Yeah.
I was at the leadership training center in Sherry Hills. What's up with of our leader too? So I think these kind of platforms, I've been able to say I can say that these platforms are giving me more wings. Even though I have them inbuilt in my life, I have them inbuilt.
Yeah.
I want to do things. I want to come out. I want to aspire.
It
I
has
want to make a
paved more
change.
ways for
It has
you.
paved more ways. It has helped me be a better person. It has helped me position myself better.
Wow.
So these are kind of opportunities that I can say that have changed my perspective towards politics and everything. Of course, the challenges are always there. But if you have been able to go through trainings, if you developed yourself, I don't think all these things are challenges like facing the people, showing what you've got to do. I also believe in showing yourself approved. Study, then show yourself approved, then you're good to go.
What has been your contribution towards you coming out as an aspirant in your ward for a councillor? They said whatever things are worth doing is worth doing well.
Yeah.
And people need to see you that truly you are emulating the style of Right Honorable Femi Abdulhakeem. Because from what you have
Everybody
told
should
us,
relate,
it's
yeah.
really shown that most of the youthful youths, the prominent youth here in Surulere and beyond, are really emulating the style of leadership of the Right Honorable Femi Abdulhakeem. Actually, is a leader that has been leading by a good example. So, what should people be expecting from you, and what has been your contribution towards the growth and development of your ward, whatever you want to say, in Surulere constituency?
I've been able to, make societal impact, in a bit. In 2022, rather, myself and some of my friends, I can say just few of my friends, we visited schools in Surulere.
Wow.
We had assembly talks with them, spoke to them on various topics like
As a like a mentorship.
a mentorship program,
Wow.
something like in about 2 weeks. So we did that, and then preparing the younger ones too. So I think that's one of those things that I've done, and then I've been in the Community Development Association, regularly known as a CDA. I've been in my CDA for many years. I can say 10 years.
Wow, so you're part of the CDA
Yeah,
school.
I'm part of the CDA, and I was able to call for. I was able to advocate against open defecation. So there's a canal in my community, so we did some kind of advocacy against open defecation, and then the CDA is just kind of a fourth tier of government. and why we are trying to make impact at the city level, at the community level. Also, in the last this year, I think this year January 11th, I organized with some of my friends a leadership program for young people.
Wow.
And when you talk about the right honorable, our leader, he said everybody looking up to him. That's just how it is. I have been looking up to him even before I met him.
Wow.
Of course, the LMI has given me this platform to learn more about legislature. And of course, I know that to be effective and to be able to have your way in the House of lawmakers,
Yes.
you have to build relationship with people, and that's
Exactly.
what I've been doing outside. Before this is an aspiration yet,
Yeah.
but I've been doing this. I've been building relationships, and hopefully, when I get there, a lot of things are going to be done. Of course, I will not come here to list all of them,
Yeah.
but because I believe in what I've been doing before, what I am doing presently, and it's very, very certain that we're definitely going to do something great when we get there.
Wow, indeed, it has been an incredible interactive session with our executive guest for this week, Right Honorable Femi Abdullah, the present chief of staff to the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, has truly led by a good example, by giving back to the society, not in times of infrastructure, health, education, and empowerment of job opportunities alone, but also building the younger ones of today to be the future of tomorrow. And that is how a leader should be. We say kudos to our Right Honorable Femi Abdullah for leading by a good example. Until we meet, same time, same day, next week Wednesday, I still remain your host, Salami Abiodo. Stay tuned.